Yo, what's going on everyone? How you guys doing today? Welcome back to the Steam 2 video. In today's video, we're gonna talk about everything that's basically been going on for like the last 48 hours. So, I'm sure you guys have heard about all the Bungie layoffs and then all the information that came out afterwards about cancel projects, not cancel projects, D3, not D3. It's just been a lot. So, today we're gonna talk about it. Since, we are a Dusty channel, we can't really just put our head in the ground and pretend like nothing is happening. So in case you guys are not caught up with everything that's been going on, basically on Wednesday, Bungie announced all those layoffs, and they also put out a statement, and that's actually the only thing we have heard from Bungie. Besides that, we actually haven't heard anything. We got the Pete statement right as the layoffs were announced, and that's it. But afterwards, a bunch of stuff started coming out about Bungie having some money issues and cancelling a bunch of projects, including what at the time a lot of people thought was D3. But Payback instead was a Destiny spin-off game that Bungie had been working on. It was like a third person, and you didn't actually create a character, you played like some characters already in the universe, like Zavala, Shax, or that's what kind of like it sounds like it. And it was more kind of like Genshin Impact. So it was very different from Destiny, and I think what it sounds kind of cool, it kind of lacks like the main draw towards Destiny, which is being a really good feeling FPS. Whenever I think of Bungie, I think of like very good feeling FPSs, so I don't know why they would just cut that out completely for the Destiny spinoff, but it looks like they were trying to go in that direction, but it doesn't matter because all of that is cancelled. The Payback spinoff, the Destiny 2 mobile, that I completely forgot that they even mentioned before, but yeah, they had that going as well, but that's cancelled. And it looks like Bungie is completely just focusing on Destiny and Marathon, and mostly trying to get Marathon out the door, since it's supposed to be released next year in 2025, and I think they have no choice besides releasing next year in 2025. So one very big thing that we gotta talk about before we get into this is the lack of expansions, because it looks like Bungie is just completely moving away from expansions, like the Final Shape, like, I don't want to mention Lightful, but like the Witch Queen, those type of expansions that we get yearly, it looks like those will no longer be a thing. Bungie says that they've been losing money on those expansions, or like the sales for those expansions, I'm sorry, have been lower year over year. A lot of people were just disappointed and burned by Lightful that they just were not going to give Destiny a try so soon, especially with a big expansion like Final Shape, that I can see not a lot of people trying Final Shape. And it was also the ending of a 10-year story, so it's kind of hard for a new player to jump in at the very end. So I didn't expect there to be like a whole bunch of new players. I'm sure there is some, but I think Bungie expecting Final Shape to just pop off after the disappointment that Lightful was, and then some more disappointment during the seasons. It just wasn't gonna happen. While Into the Light was great for changing like the hype and the perception of Final Shape to the Destiny community, I don't think that went and affected the outside the Destiny community, if you get what I mean. But yeah, without knowing it, we actually just played the final expansion with the Final Shape. So what's happening now? What are we gonna get now that there's no more expansions? Well, it looks like we're gonna be getting what Bungie is calling now content packs, as well as episodes as well. It looks like the larger content packs are still gonna have destinations, raids, campaigns, used in a smaller size, apparently Shadowkeep-ish size, which well, it doesn't sound too bad. It just kind of depends how often we get these drops. There's like larger drops. So it looks like they're trying to focus a lot more on the replayable content, which is good in a way, but it just kind of depends like what kind of replayable content it is. Because if they keep making these different activities, but the activities are similar, then it won't matter if they're different activities, because to the player base, they will basically feel the same, like they are the same activity. So they have to be distinct and feel different for them to actually matter, or this is just not gonna work. I mean, just from the sound of it, I'm not super convinced on like these content packs. It definitely doesn't paint a great picture though. There will be one main release in a given year, And then 6 months later, there will be another pack of smaller content that's more along the lines of what we got into the light. This should be free. So it sounds like the content packs are still going to be paid content. They just will not be expansions. And I hope that they don't price these as expansions, because then it's just a non-starter. People are just not going to be happy about that. That is going to be really, really bad. If they try to sell these off as expansions, but with less content in them, people are just not going to be happy about that. So I definitely think that these should have a lower price than some of the expansions that we have seen recently. It looks like we're also going to be getting like those bigger updates, kind of like Into the Light, like 6 months afterwards, and those will be free. So it looks like they're still sticking to like some free updates with paid updates, but it seems like the paid updates are really just gonna be like the one type update type thing, kind of like an expansion, but just in a smaller size. And then also like the seasons in between. I wonder if this article actually speaks about the seasons in between. Oh yeah, it's like literally the next line. Between these, there might be something akin to the current episodes, although the scale and the schedule is not clear. And I would guess that's probably gonna be like the Big Mac pack, then like an episode, then like the smaller Mac pack, and then another episode. That's pretty much what like I'm imagining in my head. And that's pretty much like the main thing that I'm interested in. How much of a downgrade are these content packs compared to the current expansions? Like, how many less activities are we gonna have? How many less story missions, destinations, all that stuff? How much less are we gonna have in general? So I'm actually kind of wondering when we're gonna hear from Bungie and like a statement from the Destiny team, because we haven't heard anything from the Destiny team themselves. The poll here goes to talk about some Destiny 3 stuff, like being considered too big of a risk in the current market right now. Apparently the idea was to actually split Destiny into different things. A Destiny PvE game, a Destiny mobile, and then a Destiny like PvP exclusive game. That's basically what Bungie was planning to do. Just kind of split Destiny into its different components. But it looks like none of that is happening now, since all the other projects were cancelled. So the main things that Bungie is going to be focusing on for Destiny 2 now is the content packs that we just talked about, and also creating a better onboarding experience. And we know for a long time that a new player experience just kind of sucks. That's just like something we know about. It kind of sucks getting into Destiny at the very beginning. If you're not being guided by an existing player already, it'll be so much harder to get into Destiny. And I'm pretty sure that that's the reason a lot of people drop off like a couple hours into Destiny. There's just a lot going on, very overwhelming. It just kind of throws you in there and then just says good luck. So I think there definitely has to be a better way to onboard new players. Bungie has tried multiple times with like the new light experiences, but they're always just kind of They're always kind of flat. They never have been really that great. I think, like I said earlier, the best time or the best onboarding that we ever had in the game was actually the Red War campaign. And then Bungie sunsetted it. Also, apparently the Final Shape story was rewritten multiple times. Missions were redesigned multiple times. During the delay, they built a colossal amount of content. The Dread, Dual Destiny, the Verity Encounter, exotic class items, Ergosum, GM Excision. All of this was done during the delay, which is what was Final Shape supposed to be like originally? Like, cause this sounds like a lot of the content that we loved. And it looks like leadership told Bungie that the expansion was make or break, and now they all feel lied to, for obvious reasons. A bunch of people got laid off. Now the new mantra is the marathon is make or break for the studio. God damn it, not again. Now they just moved on to marathon, telling everyone that it's make or break for the studio. And I'm worried about marathon, man. Like, the only things that we've seen about marathon, they're not great. They're not great. And then some of the changes that Bungie's made to make it into a hero distraction shooter doesn't seem great, man. Does not seem great. Seems like a huge gamble for no reason. Absolutely no reason. They did not have to do this. Like when things were bad during the pre-final shape layoffs, those that remained are confident in the actual work they're doing and believe that they can make great things. I also believe in the developers, that they can make great things. They're a talented team. They're just being weighted down by bad management decisions. They are hoping for community support as they continue to work, which is different than approving of leadership. I, for one, will keep cheering them on. And the last part is definitely an important distinction. I'm sure the developers are still very passionate and still want to make a good game. And that was the article, and just my thoughts on the article. Things are looking a little rough for Destiny going forward. Will we still get content? Yes, we're still going to be getting content. Bungie is still going to be making content for Destiny 2 and delivering content. The problem is that content is definitely going to be smaller than we're used to. And we're not sure how, good that content actually is going to be. Since it looks like Bungie's going to be completely focusing on getting Marathon out the door, I'm just kind of worried what kind of content we're getting. Because, if we get smaller content, but the content is higher quality, then that's fine. But if we get, less content, and it's just stuff like seasons and the episodes, then it's definitely not fine. Then it's definitely going to be really bad, and people are going to get tired of it really quickly. Meaning that more people will stop playing, meaning that Bungie has less reason to make content, which makes more people stop playing, and it's just gonna start that death spiral. And that's basically my worry here, that if they put out this content and people are just not about it, things are just gonna spiral out of control, and that'll be the end of Destiny. But we have to wait and see how things go. Bungie also hasn't put out a statement, so they're probably gonna put something out this upcoming week, and we should get the 12 as well this upcoming week, where I'm sure that they're gonna say something about it. I hope that they say something about it. I hope they don't just go on like nothing's going on. But with that, we're gonna end today's video. I know, not really a happy video, not a positive video, but like I said, we are a Destiny channel and there's big things going on, so I couldn't just ignore it. But anyways, thank you for stopping by today. Appreciate you guys, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.